Good evening, everyone. Just thought I'd do a video and show you guys my PSA collection of what I have so far for Nolan Ryan in his playing days, as Nolan Ryan is my main PC. So we'll get this started with the 1968 Topps, Jerry Koosman and Ryan. Got it in a good 2 with a mark on the back. Probably about the best right now that I would do on this card, as it's a pretty pricey card. And as you can see, it's got a mark right there. Somebody decided to take a pin and mark it for whatever reason. The back's not exactly centered, neither is the front, but got a good deal on it and was able to add it to my collection, so I was able to knock that one out. Then we jump all the way to 1981 Donruss. I do not have any of the 70s right now. I have a couple of PSA getting graded, but I have not got them back yet. So we will jump to the 80s. I have the 81 Donruss in a 6. Trying to stay 6 or above on everything else if I can. There may be a few with my hobby budget that I'll have to settle for less for now. Maybe if the card market takes a dip, I can pick them back up in a higher grade. Then we go on to 1981 Topps in a near mint 7. When I was growing up as a kid and collecting, Nolan Ryan was probably my favorite player. I've got tons of his cards raw. I'm going to try to put them all together and do a video on them. But there is the 1981 Topps. Then we move on to the 1982 Fleer in a 9. Very nice looking card. Then we move on to the 82 Topps in a 5. I need to upgrade that one to at least a 6 or above. I graded this one because it was one of my childhood cards, and I thought by looking at it, it would get a better grade, but it came back as a 5, so. The only thing I can figure is there's a mark right there, but other than that, it looks like a pretty decent card. Then we go on to 1983 Donruss in a 9. A lot of these cards I had, basically the 80s and the 90s I had growing up, because that was the years I was collecting. And I'm going through my raw cards trying to find good cards of the 70s and what else I'm missing to get it. If not, I will have to go on to eBay or wherever and pick them up. But that is the 83 Donruss. Then we go to the 83 Fleer in an 8. Then we move on to the 1983 Topps in an 8. Then we move on to the 84 Donruss in an 8. Then we move on to 84 Tops in an 8. Then we move to the 85 Tops in a 9. Then we move on to the 86 Tops in an 8. And then we move on to the 87 Tops in an 8. '88 Tops in a 7. And then we'll move on to the 89 Fleer in an 8. Then we'll move on to the 1990 Bowman in a Gem Mint 10. And then we'll go to the 1990 Score in an 8. And then we'll go to 1990 Upper Deck in a 5. I need to upgrade this one. It was one of my childhood cards. Thought it would get a better grade, but it didn't. Then we'll move on to the 1991 Score in a 7. And then from there, we'll move on to the 1992 Fleer in a 9. Then we move on to 1992 Leaf in a 9. Then we go to 1992 Pinnacle in an 8. Then we go to the 1993 score in a 6. Then we go to 93 select in an 8. Then we go to the 93 SP in a 9. I also have a ton of his cards graded that are like off issues, like food issues or past his playing days or advertising cards, and I'm going to try to get those all together and do a video on those. But here's the 93 SP in a 9. Then we go on to the 93 tops in a 9. That one's got a sticker on it. I guess where I picked it up at a card shop, never took it off. Some of these I did buy because the card I had from my childhood was probably in poor shape and not worth grading. Then we move on to 93 Upper Deck, Gem Mint 10. Then we move on to the 1993 Ultra in an 8. I just think these cards look really nice slabbed up. And then we move on to the 1994 Donruss. His 27-year card. (1966 to 1993). Then we move on to his 1994 tops in a 9. And the last card is a 1994 Stadium Club. And that is all I have for you guys. So hopefully I can put a few more videos together, but that is it for now. Thank you.